I want to mention Donovan Mitchell. Hey, Piston fans, this may sting a little bit. Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, and there are more. We know that there are more, but I want to talk about specifically those three because those could have been franchise defining. Now, we have our franchise defining guy in Cade Cunningham. And what I wanted to ask you all is, would you give back Cade to get one of those other missed picks right? Why or why not?
No. I think Cade will be a more impactful player than any of those guys. And that I'm saying that
I love how confidently and how quickly you just said that.
Because number one, it's a big deal coming from me. Devin Booker's my favorite player in the NBA. So give me Cade. His impact, I mean, even Devin Booker is a fantastic scorer, but we don't know what Cade can get to. I mean, he could be a 25-point-a-game guy. I mean, like he said last time, he might not be your leading scorer, but I think the impact he has on both sides of the ball, especially too, he can get better as a defender. That'll be more value than any of those guys.
Man, what won it over for me for Cade over Devin Booker, because that's what it came down to, was the fact that I believe Cade is the CP3 to the mix. I don't believe that Cade is the Devin Booker. I thought that their player comparisons were very similar. But I believe that as Cade develops, we're going to see this guy in terms of that leadership, that command that we see guys like LeBron James have on the court. It's an intangible that we've talked about many times. It's the reason why you have to grab that guy when you do, irregardless of what you think about the talent. Because that is the stuff of all NBA made up.
That's winning right there.
Yeah, that's the fabric of his DNA. I'm thinking now Sadiq Bey needs to be gunning for what we see Devin Booker being.
Yeah, just get buckets.
Yeah, get buckets, man. Go out there and be tough to defend, tough to stop, tough to guard. Hey, hold on. We're going to bring somebody in here real quick.
Yeah, like would you go back and redo any of those picks?
The only one that I can really... No, not giving up Cade, because I think Cade in the midst of having Sadiq and the young core that they have now can be really something special. The only one that you really wonder about is Mitchell, because that was a time that they had Jackson, Drummond. I think Tobias would have been there.
Yep.
Forward Tobias or Marcus Morris, or maybe both of those guys. So adding what Mitchell brings, that could have been a much better playoff team at that point, because some of the pieces were there. And I mean, if they get Blake in the same kind of role, I would be interested to see what that looks like. But I wouldn't give up Cade to see it. I'm just saying there is some intrigue.
You have to get rid of Cade. Would you do it?
No.
Why not?
Ultimately, take talent away. NBA's a size game. With Cade, we have one of the bigger guards in the league.
Yeah.
He's obviously more like a cerebral player too. So he gets guys the balls in their spots. I say it all the time. I sound like redundant saying it, but we all know at this point that's how he plays the game of basketball. He's a smart basketball player. I think you add that in with him having the size advantage at the guard position. It's the type of stuff that leads you to championships in the long run. I like Devin a lot. He's from here. I hope he ends up here at some point in the future. But until a playmaker like Chris Paul came along, he wasn't really doing much in this league other than putting up big numbers and scoring.